And we're live with the first episode of the 2024 season. I guess we had an episode previewing the season, but it is Bears versus Titans today. I know we are very excited. Kickoff is just about an hour away. Who's going to have a day today? Will Caleb Williams be amazing in week one? And what are some of the keys to the game? We'll look at all those things. We have our co-host, as always, Matt
What's going
Jansen.
on?
What's your tag today? What is that?
That's Caleb Williams 18 era dub club. Because I'm very hopeful that we can, if we don't turn the ball over 10 times, and we can play solid football. We can kind of get this thing going in the right direction. So Titans do have a few players and a few weapons, but I think we just have a little bit more. I think we got a little bit more momentum right now. So looking forward to that. As far as that Monday, as far as that 12 o'clock slate, Tyreek Hill already getting pulled over, which actually we later found out it was kind of unnecessary, and obviously unnecessary how he was treated during that whole interaction there. But
yeah,
so there's a game there. There's a lot of points in that game. I think down in Battle of Florida. Sunday night is going to be cool. You got the Lions and Rams, little playoff stuff. But yeah, other than the Bears game, I mean, there's a couple. There's going to be a couple stinkers, I think, as far as just blowouts early.
yeah, maybe. Hey, you know what? It's like Christmas Day. I mean,
Yep.
we got a game on Thursday with the Chiefs. We had the Packers Eagles, which was interesting on Friday. I don't really understand why we're playing so many games internationally. The field was terrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, and kind of getting ahead of where I wanted to be, and this is a Bears pregame show, but one really big thing did happen this week in that game, and Jordan Love did suffer an MCL sprain on the second to last play of the game. I mean, I know we're Bears fans and we don't want the Packers to win, but you don't want to see that, especially week one, to one of the better players. Man, this could impact the division quite a bit for the first half of the season. But the good thing for the Packers, and we have a lot of Packers fans that are friends and whatnot, however that works for us, is that he should probably be back as their schedule gets a little bit more difficult down the stretch. But let's talk about the Bears. It's week one. Here we go. Bears playing the Titans today. It is at Soldier Field. Kickoff's about noon. Players to watch, and you'll probably talk about some others than me, but the Titans are going to be led by Will Levis this year. He had some good games as a rookie, but he has a little more experience. DeAndre Hopkins is also dealing with a little bit of an injury, but he will play. We'll see how that impacts him. And then Jeffrey Simmons, defensive end. He actually was a top 100 player according to the player vote this offseason. And then for the Bears, it's really only one player to watch, and that is Caleb Williams, but that's
Let's
not completely
go.
true.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Bears fans, let's go. We finally get to see it.
Yes.
Week one, we get to see it.
It's just the wait from, what was it, May like 5th or something to now. It's been so long, but here we are, ready to roll, see what this guy can do in real games that actually matter. Jalen Johnson had a big contract over I guess, the offseason. He's changed numbers. He's the new Justin Fields, if you will. He's number 1 now, not number 33 anymore. Looking for a big game from him today, especially if he's going up against Hopkins or Ridley. And then how will Montez Sweat look with hopefully some help from a young Austin Booker and some others. Yeah, and a little bit of an injury bug. So who are some players you're looking for? Maybe I mentioned, obviously Williams is going to be one of them, but who else are we looking for today?
Yeah, I would say, I love the list. Like I said, I hope Sweat's healthy and rolling. Dude, there was a play that I saw Jalen Johnson did last year where he covered 2 routes in the zone, like jumped the first one and then went back and made an interception. Got me pretty excited, and it's just more proof that this guy is going to try to be the best corner in football because he has got a chip unlike probably most guys. So excited for that because he's going to be matched up D-Hop, Ridley, Hopefully making some plays in the run game as well. Some guys that are not on that list: DeAndre Swift. We signed him. He's a big time back. He's dual threat, kind of a um, Forte-esque, but he's going to have to make some plays. Obviously, the line's going to have to open up. If we can run the ball early, that's going to take some pressure. Even though I know Caleb doesn't feel pressure off of him, and hopefully allow some play action and some boot. But until you get the defense moving, laterally and having to worry about the run game, probably isn't going to be as effective. So that's going to be a big part early. Like I said, some of the also, my bad. Also, Cole Kmet. I have Cole Kmet, and a lot of attention has gone to the receivers. And rightfully so. I think the best trio in my opinion, but I'm biased. I think Cole Kmet's going to be a factor. Third down, the big thing. I think Caleb's going to make some cool plays today, but what it's going to come down to in his first start is, can he extend drives? Can he make throws on second and 10, or can he? The money down. What is it going to be like today? And you better bet that they're going to bring some pressure to Caleb Williams. Why would they not bring some pressure? Especially early and then especially late. So it's going to be interesting to see, how far along is he in the offense, and how much moving he's going to do once he sees, pre-snap stuff. So I'm kind of excited. I hope that he's, kind of able to like slide protections and kind of do what he needs to do, and not just try to not try to do too much in his first start. Just needs to take the game and how it comes to him and make some plays within it, and then do some Caleb Williams things. But like I said, establishing the run is going to be huge for him. And then lastly, for me on defense, is going to be not Jalen Johnson, is Stevenson and Kyler. How are they going to hold up? Because I do think we'll do a decent job, hopefully, of controlling the run. They do have they do have a nice tandem at running back. They have a special, tandem of speed. But how well will Stevenson and Kyler hold up on the other side and the other back end of our shell? So those are some guys that I'm just kind of interested to see what kind of progression they've made now another year. So
Absolutely. It's so fun. Can't believe that this is only a few minutes away. I guess 54 minutes away, probably less now. So path to victory for the Titans, controlling the clock. They have a couple different running backs that they're going to test out. They're not for sure on who their number one is. And then can they get D Hop going? Will he have a good game? Is he full and ready to roll? In week one, anything can happen. Titans could look really good. Bears could look really bad. Bears could look really good. Titans could look really bad. And it doesn't necessarily determine how they're going to be all season. And then obviously the Titans just need to frustrate Caleb Williams. A lot of people have been talking. I think you even mentioned it the other day. This is somewhat of an underrated defense. People don't think that much of them, but
they are underrated.
Not a bad defense by any means. So it's not like Caleb Williams is going up against a really like the Bears defense from 2020. They just didn't guard anybody and just let the floodgates open. It was like touchdown everyone. What the Bears need to do is they need to pressure Levis, have some offensive progression here today, and to just make little things happen here and there, and let that running game really get going. Rashawn Johnson is inactive today, as is Tyler Scott. So hopefully Keenan Allen, even though he has a little bit of an injury, hopefully he'll look good. Roma Dunze and DJ Moore, those three together. But then it's going to get kind of thin in the wide receiver core for the Bears, even though it's week one. And Swift, Herbert, I'd still like Herbert, honestly, and I think he's really good as an RB2, maybe versus RB1. Just excited to see what those guys bring to the table today. I'm ready to watch this defense too. And I really want to see Austin Booker, and I know I didn't mention him, but I'm excited for the local kid from KU and not too far away from either of us.
Big shout. I don't know about supporting the KU, but I'm glad we have Booker.
Last night in that upset, though, over the Jayhawks.
Dude, that was huge, man. Watching it at my buddy Phil's house, and huge Iowa family and Illinois family and fan base, and good time. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun. Illinois could be all right this year, but getting back to your path to the victories, man. I got Caleb Williams on a couple of my fantasy teams. DJ, I tried to stack him with DJ Moore or Doomsday or Keenan Allen. I don't know. I don't know how much Keenan Allen's going to do today. I think from a fantasy perspective, you know, if I were drawing up plays and I had those skill sets in my offense, DJ Moore is my explosive guy. I can obviously throw to him on third down, but who am I going to throw the ball to on third down? It's going to be Keenan Allen. I'm going to have him try to win a matchup and get him the ball, and he'll catch it and extend the drop. So I think you're going to see maybe the explosive plays, obviously, with DJ Moore and possibly Rome and Tyler Scott, and you're going to see Keenan Allen work the middle a lot. I think you're going to see Keenan Allen be very active, maybe have 5-6 catches. I just don't know if the yardage will be there, but and so talk about that. I got Swift and also in like 2 leagues, and I also have Pollard. So I do think both of these defenses are top half of the NFL. Bears are a little bit slightly better.
Yeah.
And so again, as far as our O line, we're just gonna. I mean, maybe a sack or 2, but we're just gonna have to hold up for the most part today against. I would say besides Jeffrey Simmons, probably a starless line. I don't know who they have actually, as far as a couple of their other guys, but all I know is that the Bears are going to hold up today. All right, Scotty, the Bears. The big 5 uglies up front are going to hold up for the Bears today.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some. Well, before we go into it, you already kind of did, but I remember last year we played that game against the Packers, and I was honestly that, even though it was week 1 and overreaction, maybe it kind of felt like that was all I needed to know for the season. Like I was already disappointed and knew what we were going to be, knew that Fields couldn't necessarily get it done in the big moment. But DJ Moore had a great game. The rest of the receivers were non-existent. So now to think that we have 2 other guys that might actually prevent DJ Moore from being the breakout receiver is crazy to think about. So, but moving on, let's talk about some props, some things that might happen today. Will Levis over or under 220 in the air? I'm going to hope that he's around 200, under 220. If he has more than 220, that's probably not good for us. I think Simmons gets at least 1 sack. I don't think he gets 2. And I think the Titans are under 24 points. I think the Bears' defense is good enough to stop them from getting to that. And then for Williams, I think he gets 2 touchdowns, 1 in the air, maybe 1 rushing today. Could get close though, and a lot of running backs like Swift might get a couple instead of Williams passing it. I do like Odunze to get his first score. I feel like they might even try to get him 1, and then I think Sweattle is only going to get 1 sack. So, not thinking that many of these things are going to hit the over today. And I like the Odunze anytime touchdown. We'll see.
Okay, yeah, I think Levis gets over 220, but I don't think he gets over 250 today. What you will see is that Levis is going to take some shots. They're going to take several deep shots, probably more than most teams. They're number 1 last year in deep shots, of deep pass attempts when Levis was under center. So a little bit of some boomer bust there with some of the yardage. Personally, I wouldn't touch it. Simmons, yeah, I'm going to go a sack there. Man, I hope if the Titans get 24 points, I think we're probably going to be talking about a loss or a tight game. So yeah. I would say probably hopefully under that a little bit. I would say 20 is fair. They got a lot of new parts in their offense. They do have some players, but nothing. I don't think we can. Nothing that should dominate us today. In my opinion. Caleb, yeah, same. I think he's going to be at 2. I think he's going to throw for 2. Dunze, I'm going to say no, not today, but I would be excited if he went off. It's at like plus 220 on DraftKings, so might be worth value there.
Crazy.
Sweat, I'm going to say yes. I think Sweat gets 2 sacks today.
Cool.
He gets 2 sacks. I would say also Swift anytime touchdown as well. Swift or Komet.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good bet, especially in the red zone. And we didn't even mention Everett or Komet, but how will they feature today? I hope Cole Komet has a good day. I feel like some people are not as excited about him going into the season from some stuff I saw online, but I still think he's a good guy. He had a really good season last year. But let's get into the final predictions here. I'm taking the Bears 23-20 over the Titans. I guess with that, I'm actually picking the Titans to cover because they're +4. It was +4.5. I think it's +4 right now. I think it could be a close game though. Week 1, teams are figuring out who they are. If we went back and looked at all of the losses that good teams have had week 1, I mean, it'd be something else. We beat the 49ers a couple years ago in that crazy rain game in Chicago, and then they went on to have a great year. Um, and so, yeah, we will see.
I'm gonna go 27-21 Da Bears.
All right, the Bears. Anything else you got for us today for the crowd, for the audience?
Yeah. Final comments. If you're hopping over, to over to DraftKings world, the sportsbook world, something I like today is the Bears money line, a DeAndre Swift anytime score, which is at +130, and Jags Dolphins over. So go ahead and dial that in and ride with me. I'll be putting a couple units on that, and away we go.
There's going to be some fun games today. Week 1 is always the most fun because
who is going to be the shocker? My team that I think maybe makes an upset today is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my upset of the day.
If Fields starts, where are we at with that? And we are a Caleb Williams show for sure now. But our guy Justin Fields, we did support him quite a bit.
Yeah, Fields is the star. I know. I'm just saying, he's at home in Atlanta on turf, and he's going to make some plays with his feet today. He's gonna make one of those Justin Fields head scratchingly good starts.
And
just despite Caleb Williams balling out too. So
he played really well against the Falcons. What was that, 9 months ago, or it was New Year's Eve, and he played incredible in the snow. Now he gets to go there. That's his home. He likes Atlanta. I think he played well there a couple different times. And the only thing is Kirk Cousins now with some weapons in Atlanta. They could be a tough team this year. A lot of people are picking them to win the South. I think that's fair. I think I did even on here in our preview. But I'm excited for that game. I'm really excited for tomorrow night. Wow, that was crazy.
Excuse me, fans.
Aaron Rodgers and the Jets versus the 49ers. I feel like that's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, that will be old man Radges against.
See if he's still got it, and well, that'll do it here for us at Turn Up Beardown. And just for those of you that don't know, we got a new little guest live with us today, right here, little
matriarch
Annie Ray Blakely. She's about to see her first Bears game today. Well, she's not going to see it most likely, but
she will hear it. She will hear the crowd. She will hear your reaction.
She was here for the entire pod, and yeah, we got a live studio audience now. Apparently, with her, didn't make one peep the whole time. Very well behaved.
Awesome.
Entering the Caleb Williams era, little Annie Ray Blakely.
That's right.
All right,
getting off to a good start, guys.
Let's get off to a good start. And don't forget to turn up and bear down. We're out.